In today's video, I'm gonna explain exactly how you are gonna lose that stubborn lower back fat, like Dan did going from this to this, like Matt did going from this to this, and how I do going from this to this. We're starting right now. Hey guys, this is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I wanna talk about the idea of lower back fat, of lower abdomen fat, and the idea of why it matters to us. Why is that the thing that matters? Because today's question is one that I get quite frequently, and I can tell you right now, a lot of you are about to have the same thought, and I wanna help you reach that goal. So my friend here is 39 years old. He's gone from 245 pounds down to 180 pounds, all on his own. Amazing work. Walking about 15,000 steps a day, about 1,900 calories. He's got his macros here, so he's doing great. 180 protein, 170 carbs, 63 fat. Great macros. Very happy with the weight that he's lost, very happy with the muscles he's added, starting to see those upper abs, but he wants to know how to get a six pack and how to get that lower back fat off. And he actually makes a great point here about going, you know what? I realize it might not be the most sustainable look, but I want to get there. And I think this is a common theme that I speak to men about many, many times, okay? It's what is it? What allows us to take a physique that looks pretty dang good? First of all, congratulations. You've lost 65 pounds. You've taken back control of your life. You're doing a sustainable approach. You're tracking macros. You're walking. These are things that you can continue for the rest of your life. However, you want that look. So if I look at a picture here of Matt, who I just did a podcast with from here to here, if you look at his core, or our champion, our overall champion from our last challenge, if you look at Dan, who went from this to a crazy look like this, what I'll say about these people is you would be very shocked at what they weigh. That's right. Dan is right around 6 foot, I believe, and he got down from 180, 185 down to 152, right? And I did a video with him addressing everything that he did to get there. So although we can look very lean, and if you look at a picture of me here around 230 to 240 pounds, and when I get shredded over here, when you see those abs, when that lower back fat is gone, I'm down close to 200 pounds. And when I'm winning bodybuilding shows, I'm actually under 200 pounds. You know why? Because body fat does not look good on stage. What does look good is when you rip your shirt off and you're absolutely peeled. Now that does not appeal to someone who is not interested in getting on a bodybuilding stage, winning a transformation challenge, or like yourself, wants to see that look for once in his life and understand what it's like. So what allows people to go from looking pretty good to looking great? Now you already understand nutrition, and for those of you that don't understand nutrition out there, I've created a free calculator, prophysiquemacros.com, to get you started. It'll give you some numbers for fat loss. I've also got a free beginner's guide. If you go to prophysique.com and you go to the ebooks, I've got some free guides on training, nutrition, giving you guys the tools to get started. And obviously this is what happens, some great stuff. But what is it that takes us from pretty dang good to absolutely amazing in appearance? And understanding that it might not be the most sustainable approach once you get there, okay? What is it? The one thing that I've noticed is the deadline. Okay, I've talked about it quite a bit. The first time I ever got actually shredded and not just in pretty good shape and then gave up was when I decided to do a bodybuilding show. A lot of these are my bodybuilding trophies. I'm also coaching competitive bodybuilders, and I have a team full of coaches that help people reach their goals, and that's what we do. We define the goal. Is your goal defined? If your goal is just to have some abs, I'm sorry, but that's not really a clear defined goal. You've got to define when you want them by, okay? This is what's gonna make you analyze everything that you've done. Our men's champion, Dan, my man was doing spreadsheets. Guess what? That's what I do. As a coach, when I work with someone, I am tracking data on their calories, their cardio, their recovery, their sleep, their digestion, their stress, and I'm making adjustments from week to week because what? We have a deadline. Have you created a deadline? Have you said, you know what? It can be as simple as I'm gonna set up a photo shoot, I'm gonna hire a photographer, and I'm gonna set a date. And then let's go. That's our goal. It can be something like our transformation challenge, which will be kicking off here in the fall. We're giving away $25,000. Why do I do that? I love the idea of a transformation challenge. It got me excited about fitness many years ago, and I want to give that experience back. But the reason I do it is to entice, encourage, and make people be competitive with themselves. This is a self-discovery journey. And a lot of people will question, oh my gosh, this person had low calories, this person had high cardio. Who cares? This person did something that you've never done, right? And so you have to be willing to do things that you've never done if you want to look a way you've never looked. And that's something that I think is missed on people. And they start to get a little worried that, hey, this might not be sustainable for everybody. Well, this is not about everybody. This is about you. And also understand that if you take an intelligent approach, which I've done 1,400 videos on how to do this, if you take an intelligent approach to getting shredded, which I do every time I compete, I did a bodybuilding show last year. Yes, I won, even at 47 years old and a lifetime natural bodybuilder. I'm still winning shows when I compete. Why is that? Because I understand how to get the fat off, how to do it in a sustainable manner. I will admit there are periods of fat loss when you are below 8, 7, 6, 5% body fat where you just don't feel that good. But guess what? That teaches you some lessons. That teaches you the value of hard work, of what you can accomplish when you put your mind to something, and it starts to bleed into other areas. You start to remove those limitations. I no longer think, man, should I be doing this? I think, you know what? I'm going to go for it and see how I feel. And I think many of us underestimate just how amazing we can be when we really want to push ourselves. So if you want to understand the exact nuts and bolts of diet, of cardio, of how to get there, this is not that video, because I can't give you specific advice. I can give you my free calculators, my free information, but that thing that I want to give you is set the deadline. If you don't have a deadline and you're just like, you know what, I'd like to have some abs, I promise you things will come up that are going to become more important. However, if you create a deadline and you tell everyone around you, hey, I'm doing a bodybuilding show, you don't have to do one. I'm doing a 90-day transformation, you don't have to do one. I'm doing a photo shoot. Find what works for you, for your personality, and maybe, just maybe, the people around you will go, hey, instead of saying, why are you eating out of Tupperware, or why don't you want to have an alcoholic drink, they'll say, I'm excited for you, let's keep it going. They'll start cheering for you, okay? They'll start being in your corner, versus when you don't have a goal and you really have no reason. Give yourself the reason, give yourself the deadline. If you want to join our challenge, I'll put that information out soon. It's going to be starting in the fall here, so not too far off now. But the goal for me is to give you guys the information on what made Dan go from this to this, okay? What made Matt go from this to this, and why have I gone from this to this several times throughout my competitive career? Because it's in our nature. We want to push for that next thing. You've lost 65 pounds. That's amazing. But now you want to see what you're capable of at this body composition, okay? So I applaud you. If you guys have any questions, and if my friend that asked this has any questions, I'm going to reply to your direct message. But this video should be a really good kickstart to that next goal for you. Congratulations. You guys have a great day.